stop, take a picture, and then keep looking. Yeah.
Wait, but we're gonna locate everything first, right?
Yeah, but if we find the blood pressure, we find the blood sugar, we'll stop, take a picture, and then keep going. So that way Natalie has more time to.
Oh, wait, what?
So, so Natalie, you need to get ready to take your photo. So you might want to come over here. Hey guys.
Yeah, I feel like
We put this in here.
well, my database is
And
formatted.
you need to plug this cable into your.
Right now? Just stand behind us. Oh, wait. Yeah, so, because I need to. Wait, how do I? You'll be able to see. Okay. I was like, are those flowers? Okay, Walida. The pool.
Jessica.
Tim.
You're on.
Welcome back, folks. We are on our last mission of the night with our last team, Degrees of Freedom. They are the community team from Chandler, Arizona. They have 7 members and 3 mentors. The robot, the SS Selena.
Yes.
Fun-
So a fun fact about the team: the ship's head is 2 baby hands, which also happens to be the team's logo. So if you look at their shirts, they have the 2-hand silhouette, and that's also the shape of their robot's head.
Yeah, this culture-changing team is a Chairman's Award winner in the first robotics competition, and now they're tackling the nature of underwater robotics. Interesting robot with interesting mechanism. We'll see how they do as they begin to embark on their mission.
Nine, 8, 7.
We're gonna try to do your stuff first.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And she goes.
And the SS Selena has sailed.
Yep, the all-girls team, Degrees of Freedom, beginning their mission. Time is on the clock. We'll see how they do.
All right. So turn on the light.
Looks like they're doing a full systems check underwater, making sure there is no leaks.
All right. So you're gonna drive forward. Valerie, what's that right there?
What?
What's that right there?
I can't see. Oh,
That's a diver.
No, but what's the diver coming out of?
Oh, the aorta?
Okay, so let the judge know that
Okay.
you found
Hey,
the aorta.
Mr. Judge.
Yep, you got it.
Mr. Judge, that's the aorta.
Okay. Something
Now,
right here.
what's
What's that?
Okay, that's the
Careful,
kidney.
guys.
That's a kidney. And the stones.
So stay away from that because you don't want to knock any of those out by mistake. I think go to the right.
Degrees of Freedom doing an excellent job at identifying mission tasks very quickly. That's going to leave them plenty of time to do
That is
any of the manipulation tasks down the road.
The distance marker. And the blood pressure.
What is this one right here? Right now.
That's a service tray.
Where's the other distance?
Okay. What is there's something over here?
What's that thing right in the middle?
Oh, what's this? Right there?
That is the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. So back up, back up,
So
back
that's the
up,
blood
back
pressure.
up, back up. We're gonna take our back up.
We're
Face
gonna
it.
take
And now that we're reaching the end of our runs, just a quick reminder of this competition sponsors. We have the CISA Puede Foundation, Microchip Technologies, ASU, Blue Robotics, and Scuba Professionals.
Okay, right there. Pause it. All right, Natalie. You got it?
Can you
A
see?
big thank you to all of our sponsors. This could not have been done without them.
Right there.
Okay.
Got it.
Yep, and Degrees of Freedom, the CSA Poetic community team. Looks like they're doing a little bit of a systems update, just so that way they can make sure all their functions are working.
Okay, what
That way there's no confusion as they try to do any of the mission tasks.
The target.
I see they're doing a great thing that actually I haven't seen another team do. They're kind of, you mentioned it earlier, where you kind of drive on the ground.
Can you see the?
So they've been doing a lot of stop and go, go, stop, identify,
Like,
go, stop,
yeah, you
identify.
actually
And
can't
it's
get,
working out pretty well for
can't
them.
get the brain.
Yep. When you have a robot and you throw it in the water with 50 to 100 feet of tether, there's going to be a ton of latency both in the camera and the operator controls. So
It's super
any way to slow down your movement or make it more consistent is going to be very helpful when trying to navigate.
6 to then maybe this one's to then. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, now turn to the right a little. Go. Oh, you're not.
second. And then to measure.
Go forward. Yeah. Oh, I think it is 7.
That was 6.
No, that one was 6 and then this one's 7. This looks like a 7.
Dimmer.
Yeah,
Dimmer.
let's get a 4 or
Keep going.
I think
It's 7. There's not the middle line. Yeah.
Is it doing anything? Try back.
Is it water? That's good.
So the camera is. Go dimmer.
I think it's 7.
Yeah.
That looks okay. Yeah.
It's 7.
So this one's 7.
Yeah.
I think that's 7.
Is
Yeah,
there a label
7.
on the other side? Maybe you can come around.
Nah, it's just on the one side.
One more.
That's just one side.
So you're,
It's 3.5 minutes
turn
to
it on.
collapse.
Turn it on, please.
Oh.
Keep waiting.
Give it a second.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Try to get closer. Get closer.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we can't.
Turn. Right.
And then turn.
Turn it right.
I think that's like let's go
Looks like they
backwards.
might be having a little bit of a power issue. We saw that in the first team here,
I'm really sorry.
or one of the earlier teams here, where basically as they move forward, they kind of lose their camera feed and lights. This might be what we're seeing here. It's hard to tell.
You're
So-
not gonna be able to see it right now.
We should just. I think we should go first.
How you gonna do it without being able to see the hook?
Oh.
So do we have okay.
So what else do we need to identify? We can
The
come back.
brain, and then that was it. The target liver sample, because we did the aorta, the kidney, and then the
And
stone.
we can't do the brain till we pass through the
Yeah, the distance.
So let's take a
and
picture.
the show we did.
Let's take a picture of the blood pressure one.
to the left.
Yep. So there's that. And
Every team does get 20 minutes of mission runtime. There are no timeouts. So, it seems like they're going to go for as many points as they can with the current system that they have.
Kidney is forward and
That's
or
a liver.
kidney would be like back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you want to be able to back up so you can see the border. Oh, kidney's over here. Okay. Turn.
Oh,
Turn
did we
that
hit
way.
it?
I think you're okay. As long as we're still
If we
on.
go back.
Back.
Can you see any of the bad kidney stones?
Oh yeah, can we identify any kidney stones?
I found one.
Right there.
Okay. Can you find the other one? Maybe coming.
Probably.
I think we knocked it out.
Try, what if you like try and go up and then? As
We can't go up.
So you can't go back any further? Okay, turn.
Oh wait. Oh really? Go back a little bit
Okay,
more. You
stop.
almost had all the border there.
No, but she needs the other side.
It's right there.
We can use this as our reference now. So we still know that's 6 inches. So I'm going to point here. Got it? Okay. Alright, I need someone else to drive or help her because we're going to work on the calculations part.
Okay, Tanisha, I can help with that.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go do that?
So go ahead. Which one do you want to do first? The depth one?
I'm already doing the.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go to the brain?
We can't. Well, we can't go through the aorta.
Yeah, you look at the enzyme.
So do it in inches. Do it in inches.
Okay. So
Looks like they're switching focus now. They were working on the kidney stone, but now they're going to
Circle it.
try to get the depth measurements for the blood pressure and blood sugar structures.
I'm gonna work with you and check it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do it twice since we have time. Okay. Let's do the other one next.
okay.
Okay. So we want to surface
Jessica, can you put your hand in the water?
with the flashlight.
I think you still have to go forward a little bit.
Oh, Jess is over there.
Okay.
I just see that.
So zoom in
Oh,
as
there
much
she
as we
is.
can. So we can't
You have
zoom in.
good
We gotta be able to see both of the.
Okay, Caroline, can you
Right there.
help just to pull it
Put the
out, but
camera-
then you
put
just
the phone
can't
down.
talk to us afterwards.
So what you're gonna do is see where my finger is.
Yeah, back
Measure
up.
there to the
You don't want
edge.
to cross that line.
Right.
Go up. Okay, can you use... Yep.
Keep going. Okay, right about there.
Okay.
So that's 0.147.
Stop with the vertical thruster.
Okay, so
I
distance
think we went down.
measured is, what was it? 0.147? So go ahead, right there. That's 6 inches.
Okay, now turn around. Because you're by the aorta.
Okay. And now what you're gonna do is you're going to measure that.
Okay, that's just in his hand.
Yep.
Okay, just keep stretching it.
Yep. Use your before.
Okay, so
fine.
go up.
Looks like they're using some pretty advanced, or should I say, prehistoric measurement and distance calculations. It looks like they might be measuring the bottom of the pool in relation to where the blood sugar and
Oh, okay. So remember
Looks like,
when-
yeah, they're. You guys can't see the feed on the TV, but we can see on their operator side they're using a feed or picture from their phone and using
Right there.
Jess,
Okay.
do the
Uh,
okay thing.
and measuring
Do
the,
okay if we go
the
up.
picture on the
Are
phone.
we
Did we
going
go
up?
up?
Nice.
that's a
No,
very
no.
interesting
Other
way
way.
of tackling the task.
Okay, so go
and
down. No, no. Tanisha.
really, as long as
Abby, do the
the
rest of the
resolutions
other-
are consistent
Divided by-
Okay.
inches, then it should be actually a
Did we
pretty
go up that time?
refined way of finding the distance.
Done?
Okay.
No. Okay,
It's all-
so
So
the
what
other
if
way
I-
is up.
Yeah.
So the left, that's up. So we need to get up close to them and go up. Don't go too far. Remember? You don't want to cross that line. Are we? We're close.
No, carefully, Desmond. Yep.
Okay. Go
Okay. Go ahead, multiply.
forward and.
What if I do the other way and then up?
Okay. Would it help if Tanisha turned it up while you went forward? The Z thruster.
So what if I
Because then you
just
can go
put it
forward
on
and up.
Times 6.
at the same time? Yeah. So what
Okay.
if I just left it on there and then went up? Yeah, that's smart. Okay, just do that because it'll stay in one place.
Was that the right way? Isn't it to the left?
Yeah, we were trying that and then we said it didn't go up.
Okay, so
It's kind of working.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. No, you can keep that. Okay.
Did that
Divide by
work?
12 just so we can get a visual.
was that
how much
was
it
that
might
up? Thumbs up if it was up. If that direction was up. No.
Oh,
No.
11 feet.
So the left is up.
So we can go back to your picture.
We got about the halfway point now, with about 10 minutes left.
Thank you.
Okay.
From our end, we can see that they're having some issues knowing what direction they're going. They're actually using the communication between the drivers and the person manning the
This
tether
guy,
to find
probably
out
about 6
what
feet.
direction they're going.
stretching out.
The tether
Does it look
person
like it's
is
roughly
telling
2
them
feet
what
across?
direction the robot's moving, so they can know
Pretty close.
which input is giving what.
Okay. So
And they were able to get out of the
That
water
was-
with that.
Okay.
that'll be
Let's
Now,
That'll be our number
it
for
does
that.
look like they were using
42.6
hand signals to communicate.
Yeah.
I believe the official rule is you cannot,
Correct.
or the tether
Let's
person
check
cannot talk to
Yes.
the drivers. But
Let's go-
because they were using hand signals, they're able to
I feel like what we-
somewhat bypass that legally.
Don't do the cup. Yeah, don't do the cup. Yeah, let's just do
Let's do the first one you did again, just to check. If we have time. So the depth one.
Yeah.
That one I'm a little worried about because that one I think is like a 9 foot. The pool is 9 feet deep, and it looks like it's almost towards the bottom.
But the robot's getting ready to go back in. Got plenty of time on the clock, so no need to get out now.
want to deliver sample, correct?
Yeah.
So it goes like all the way down there.
Okay. Drop us in.
So go ahead,
Okay, go all the way down. Well, once it, yeah.
and I'm pointing. Remember, this is like double.
Because that'll be where delivered.
Actually, we better do it this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep going straight.
Yeah. So like the middle of that to down there.
Okay, that was down here. So go
Yeah.
straight
So where that line is.
to the left, left. Oh, we go back. That's the wall. Okay. Do we see the second kidney stone?
Yeah, we got one.
Up a little. So it's got to be
Go to the
halfway.
right, and then try to go that
Okay.
way.
What do you got?
The
32.
back.
Okay, so write that down.
Left.
That's 6 over.
Okay, so forward that way.
Left more.
Okay. And now you gotta measure half of. Oh, what'd you measure? You measure this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. This should not be 6 over. It should just be X
Oh,
over.
that's the.
You got one.
You knocked one off.
Okay. Left.
Okay.
I think this is probably not that one. Okay. And it was on this second one. So
So back.
So about half of that. So actually measure the whole thing and then just divide it by 2. Because it's easier to measure a big thing than a small thing.
So the way they're able to
get up
Okay.
seemingly
So we just calculate?
accurately measure and map out the floor is by using
go
the
ahead and
dimensions
divide that.
in relation to known objects. So they know how long their attachment is.
I know you can do
They know how long the mission props are. So by comparing those together, they can basically sort of map out a way of measuring distance between
That's a
different
circle.
objects.
You might as well use it. Okay, so I'll press.
forward. And then right. Okay.
You don't lose
So-
points for
See
removing.
if we can go up a little bit.
So can you just knock them all off?
Also, we heard on the control talk someone say soft for X, where they're getting a lot of
you guys hear
practice
that?
Vertical and right.
in their math skills for when
If
they
you knock them all
have to go
off,
back
there's
to
no penalty
class.
for knocking the wrong ones
So
off.
let's just do.
Stop him.
Yeah, one of the more
I think we need to
interesting
crank it up and then
ways of tackling this mission
so
Yeah, on the control side, we see a lot of calculations happening. We have calculators out, people writing
so you want to turn
writing numbers on their papers. Is doing a lot of math going on.
Okay, stop. Put it back to the center.
It is.
6 minutes.
Okay, so on,
Okay, so
on
right
my
now.
count, Val, you turn to the left.
Okay.
Wait for like 3 seconds.
Divide by 2.
And Gabby, you turn to
Or,
the
and
right.
I'm sorry. Circle it, circle it.
1.
Because I want the answer at the end.
1,
inches.
2,
Okay, now
3.
divide by 12 so we can just double check.
Stop.
Okay. So go to
You
your
have to
image.
wait 3 seconds, guys. Should we do it again?
1, 2, 3.
I turn, then 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Should I do it again? Okay, what if you go up first and then I turn?
What do you think?
We'll go up, yeah, and then I turn. So once we're like past above it, then I'll
You
turn.
could go until we hear the
Yeah.
sound,
That's what I was gonna
and then Gabby can turn a little to your right. Okay, so
Yeah.
Val, go up.
say. To the left?
How
Yes,
deep is the
to
floor?
It's like 9 feet 10 inches.
Okay. So how close
Okay.
down?
We did just
I mean,
pass
the other
the
thing-
5-minute mark, so Degrees of Freedom have 5 minutes left on their mission.
Okay.
We can
so
use
back
from the
up,
middle of here to the bottom,
Go to the left a little bit.
right? You know what size that is? You said 9 feet 10
Like
inches.
around 9 feet 10 inches.
Okay. So we can use that and we can double check our answer.
Forward.
It looks like Degrees of Freedom have figured out their distance calculation. It looks like they are using,
So go to the
they're
right.
gonna try to solve their equations in another way to kind of verify that their answer is correct before reporting it.
Keep going to the right.
Okay. So
Okay.
1.72.
Forward?
So
So 9.910 inches. 9 times 12
okay.
is 108, right?
Yeah. Let's get that to the right way.
So it's
You're gonna have to back up a little bit.
118 inches.
Not yet.
So 118 over 1.72. How much time do you
Go
have?
to the right.
Just under 4
We
minutes.
caught in the net.
Okay. So just 4 minutes, guys.
Right hand?
Oh, wrong one.
Okay. Can you back up?
Where are you going?
Okay. Now go to the right.
Okay. So X,
Go to the right.
and we haven't measured the other one yet. But that's going to be equal to that. So X over something is going to be equal to that.
Oh,
Right
X
again.
over something?
So let's not worry about it. Let's measure the other one first. You get the picture back?
Can you go up? Upward, upward.
So we got to measure.
Oh, we're turning.
What's that? Maybe.
Okay, so now we're facing up.
No, you're okay. So then
3 minutes.
3 3 minutes, ladies.
3 minutes remaining in our final mission
That-
run.
Go to the.
X over 1.422. Okay, solved.
Okay. So go to the right then.
Wait, what?
Solved it. See, solved. This is equal to that.
Can you go backwards?
Okay. So 118.
Oh no, go the other way.
So we're running out of time, so we're gonna do a shortcut.
Okay. Try
118.
going up and to the left.
Yep, 118. Divided by 1.72.
I'm gonna turn this
Divided by.
and go to the left.
Okay. Times 1.422.
Roughly 2 minutes remaining. Degrees of Freedom will want to start thinking about going back home. That way they don't receive any penalty points for not making it back
That
to
sounds
the dock.
Okay, times 12. Okay, so write that down. So ladies, now that he's got the answers,
Can you go back?
she thinks that the pole is roughly 8 feet down, and the things were roughly 11-ish feet wide. Does that sound from what you've seen?
Yeah.
So that's the surface.
So
So,
we'll give
we're
you the
upside down.
So now you want to give them, so give them the depth one first. So this is the blood pressure.
I think we're upside down.
Yeah. So I give them that is the blood sugar. So
What's on the step?
the depth is the blood pressure.
Oh, hey, we're on the other. Oh. Okay, so let's go back to Jessica and.
So we should surface.
Okay, you have 1 minute left.
Okay, go.
Now we're in the 1 minute warning now, so should really be starting to think about going back to base so they don't get any penalties for time.
It's the final minute of mission runtime in the National Underwater Robotics Challenge 2019. This competition has been brought to you by CISA Puerta, Microchip Technology, Arizona State University, Blue Robotics, Scuba Professionals. Thank you all for hosting this wonderful event. As we approach 30 seconds remaining in Degrees of Freedom's run,
Rotate you on your left side right now.
You're like this. I need to write her.
their robot SS Selena looks like they're trying to make it back to the dock. We'll see if they do it.
Cutting it very close now, 15 seconds left. Hopefully they can make it back up.
Another robot. There's another robot on the other side of the. Like in the other.
Even if they don't though, it sounds like they scored quite a bit of points that many teams weren't able to complete with that distance measurement task. Degrees of Freedom really sending it with some very calculated mathematics in order to complete this task. Was their math right or wrong? We'll have to find out when the refs calculate the final score.
So it looks like their camera feed might
Basically, it's
be a little
20
off.
points per minute over, or 20 points to have them pull it back. So it's going to take more than 2 minutes to.
Degrees of Freedom, though, able to do an impressive run despite these robot performance issues.
That's how you disable power. We'll have them bring
Does seem like the run is ending. We had the unofficial time, so we're definitely not
to the
sure.
batteries. Okay.
It looks like they're debating whether they should take the tug penalty or try to make it back and take the time penalty.
Unbox it.
Bring it back.
I think they did okay for this time.
Yeah, good job.
I have two.
So they're high-fiving at the control station, so I think that might be the end.
Yep, that's the end of the run. Diver is going to retrieve the robot. Congratulations to the Degrees of Freedom from Chandler, Arizona.
Explain how they did that? Yeah, explain how they did that.
Well, let's break down. Well, now
Congratulations to all 7 teams that competed in these finals. Typewriter Repairmen, the Honey Badgers, Big Eye, Subs Anatomy, Binary Bots, Queen Creek High School of Robotics, and the Degrees of Freedom. Thank you all for tuning in to this webcast of the National Underwater Robotics Challenge 2019.
Fancy.
As the refs calculate the final scores for the mission, it is important to keep in mind that
Spirit animal?
the mission is only part of a team's overall score. You still have the oral presentations, tech journals, website, as well as any other points that are attributed besides the mission.
I believe tomorrow will be the award ceremony, and that's when everything will be final.
Yep. So, with that said, this is the National Underwater Robotics Challenge 2019, and we are signing off.
It wasn't people who pulled it out.
Yeah, that's my son. Are we scared?
Because you're about to.
You're about it. Oh, another tantrum? Why does it smell like cow?
It does.
FFA teens.
FFA teens.
There's a dairy farm just
Oh.
Oh, I love cows. I love cows. Dairy farms? Actually, dairy farms are a lot of fun.
it smells like cow.
For now?
As long as you got
What's that?
How do I post it?
Really?
She wants to know if she can explain how she got the calculation. Sure.
I think I know how she did it. Okay.
Yeah, we actually used a priority. So what we did is we went over there and we measured out like the squares, and we took a measuring tape and we found out that each was each square was at 1 inch, and then from the top of the board to the bottom, it's 6 of them. So using that, we measured that it was 6 inches. So what we did is we took a caliper and we measured from here to here, and we used the ratio and we converted it. So what we did was we took the distance wanted, what we want, which is px, and then divided by the measured distance from the top to the bottom of the blood pressure. And then we did it by 6 inches to represent the top of the board to the bottom, and then we measured the border distance that we got from the pictures, and using that we converted it to our...
Yep. And so it worked really good on the height. Didn't work so you were quite a ways off still with the, and the reason is the camera's this way in the zone you were looking at.
Yeah.
The camera doesn't have a curve in it, but this way, because you could see such a wide view, you have a curve in there, so the curve kind of threw you guys off a little bit. Not a big deal, but it just, because the camera's not giving you a perfectly flat image in that direction, the side-to-side direction, it throws off the calculation. So you could compensate for it in the future by going in the pool, measuring some stuff, and then figuring out, okay, what is that? So one way would be one ratio, the other direction would be a different ratio in the camera. So it's just one of those weird quirks with cameras and optics. So it's just the way it happens sometimes. Good job, guys.
Thank you.